Ouch. It's my knee on my table. Alright, we're back for another live stream. I wasn't able to stream earlier, but I was doing a recorded like a time lapse finishing up this drawing. I was thinking of maybe finishing another drawing I had lying around. Yeah, I think I'll work on this one for a bit. And then maybe swap inks and work on a bigger page too. Good. I don't know about that, but I think I'll maybe start on this side. Hello, good art fellow. What's up? I'm drawing at the moment too. I'm out of ideas. Yeah, I definitely know that feeling. Whenever I run out of ideas, I'll just kind of like, I don't know, just start drawing random lines, and then whatever the lines start to look like, then I'll just kind of go with that. I'm trying to tame the Pentel brush. I'm struggling. uh, yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like the brush do its own thing, really. What's the sketchbook? These are Talon's um, art creation, and this one's one of the horizontal ones. I just got these recently since they're pretty cheap. The first time I used my finger to blend, I forgot and ended up with my entire face blend. Yeah, the blending is not my favorite way to shade, but um, it's kind of nice to not need it some sort of setup or have another brush to shade. Man, the seam is always a little bit tricky to draw in. Yeah, sometimes if I'm like smudging a lot and the ink, I'll kind of like rub on my other hands to kind of like get it to stop smudging on my finger. We're using reference right now. No, I don't use reference. Not while I'm drawing, at least. Sometimes it's kind of weird when people talk about reference and that it's weird that I don't use reference when I'm drawing because I'm just like so used to only doing it this way for like the last 4 years now. just kind of my normal now. How's it going? Pretty good so far. Just started like 30 minutes ago. Probably gonna finish up this sketchbook page and then this is what I worked on earlier today. I don't know if some of you guys saw one of the past streams I was doing this part and then I added an Oni and some other characters. It's a little bit gruesome. What kind of music do you like listening to? I don't really listen to music that much anymore. I don't know. Mostly, like if I do listen to music, it's some sort of like funk, mixed with like I don't know some EDM variant. I don't really know like the genre, what the genre is called for it, but I don't like the streamline EDM stuff like I used to when I was younger, but now it's like too repetitive. Yeah, I can sometimes listen to music, but I feel like it kind of distracts me, especially when I'm drawing or doing other things. Like I can listen to it like in bursts, maybe like an hour or so, but then sometimes it kind of gets a little annoying because I feel like I can't think. I feel like it helps me focus, but I have a loud house, so oh yeah, that's understandable. Am I a full-time artist? I'm not really getting paid at the moment, so no, but I'm working towards it. I'm trying to get some stuff set up. You will achieve it. Thank you, man. Not really sure what I want these people to be fighting. Yeah. Maybe I'll just do classic zombies. Hey, what's up, man? Giant cockroaches with human masks. That would be pretty funny. Lately, I've been really liking doing mostly just cast shadow with like ambient occlusion where things like kind of are super close together where they create shadow. Doing that with cast shadows instead of too much directional light, I think is has a really cool effect. Kind of like more of what movies kind of do for effects. Although they would use like all three, but with how much I'm drawn on the page, it would kind of get maybe a little hard to see things. But I really like doing cast shadows in black now to get a little bit more of a dramatic effect. I swear brushes are so good at collecting other hair onto them. I don't know if it's the ink or what. I'll just randomly get like a little fuzzy that's connected to my brush. Hey, what's up? Yay, time to do a character in the seam of the vein. How's your day been? Pretty good so far. I'm happy to be streaming now. I'm kind of looking forward to it all day. You have nice drawings. Love the art. Thank you. I appreciate it. was watching a lot of like animation from animes, just kind of like different scenes compiled in a video on YouTube. I watched a few of them and of like the I forgot what the word for it is, but they have like a word for like certain animation scenes in anime that are like considered like super dynamic, and it's like Sakuga or something. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, I was watching a bunch of those videos, and some of that stuff is really cool. I want to try to find a way to kind of incorporate different things like that into my art. Keyframes, it was just like um, animation. Yeah, I'm not really sure how they do the like animations in Japan. If they have one artist that does just keyframes and then they have someone who does in betweens. Yeah, I just really like the crazy angles and how they really like distort characters and things to just push the movement. Add some kind of robot character back here. Oh, we got blood now. Yeah, I have this fountain pen that I used to use a lot, and I got like a red ink. It's like called Ox Blood ink, and it just kind of been sitting in my drawer for a while. So I decided to bring it back, and yeah, been trying some more like different effects with it and things like that. But yeah, this one I finished earlier today. Half of it I did on one of the streams, and then like the Oni and different things behind the background I finished earlier today. But yeah, I really like the movement that you can get with and kind of using it as like a special effect. I think it's a lot better than trying to use black for blood. And then it also kind of works as like a spot color too, since it breaks up and kind of acts different focal points. Definitely makes it more noticeable on who's losing. Yeah. I'm not sure if you still cared, but Overwatch just released a trailer for the new Stadium game. Yeah. I'll have to check that out. I don't think I'll like play it, but it's kind of cool to like keep up on, I don't know, different things like that. I find it like interesting. Have you heard of Marathon in like Overwatch, or is it a game? It's a new game by people who made Halo and Destiny. That could be pretty cool. I like the art style in it, but not sure if I'll play it. I think I didn't they like release a trailer for that like a long time ago and said that they're working on it? Because I remember um seeing some like art that was really cool, but I think I learned something about composition watching you today. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, no problem, man. It's very, very generic to be honest. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened with Halo and Destiny, but they definitely kind of like lost whatever whatever sauce they had back in the day. Probably different people working. Yeah, they did, but they changed the whole game from its original version. Oh, okay. So they like restarted. That's crazy to think though that they would, I don't know, that you like already have almost like a whole game mode made and then you tell everyone to scrap it. We're gonna make a new one. Mm, I'm definitely still excited for it. Is it gonna be like a PvP game? Like it's kind of like Apex, but if it was an extraction shooter. Oh, it's both PvP and PvE. Yeah, that could be pretty cool. Especially if it has like the Halo Destiny kind of like sci-fi elements. It's not generic. Pretty much standard extraction shooter. Greetings, Inking Man. Yeah, hey man, what's up? From the trailer, it's like a mix of Halo Infinity and Destiny. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it turns out because like whenever games talks about being released, I'm always kind of rooting for it to do well because I don't know. There hasn't been much for games lately, so yeah, I can never get into extraction shooters, but I just like the art design. Yeah, if it's what I'm thinking of, the art is pretty cool. We're in a good game short. Yeah, I remember like when Path of Exile 2 came out, I think most people played it just because there were wasn't any other game and like a bunch of people that weren't even like playing that um like action RPG genre were playing it. I never want any game to fail except the corporate maintenance schedule. Same with me in Overwatch. I don't play it, but I really love the character designs. Yeah, I think that's why people still play Overwatch. It's definitely because the art and characters. the most recent patch of Path of Exile feels okay. They've done a bit more. You'll be 40 by the time Overwatch makes a movie. Yeah, uh, that would be pretty cool. I think I'd rather have like an animated series on Overwatch over a movie. With how they handled the Borderlands movies, I can't movie adaptations. Yeah, I tried watching the Borderlands one. I'm like I played a bunch of Borderlands as a kid. Like still really like the games and everything and all the characters. But yeah, the movie was I had to like stop it after like an hour and a half, and that movie was so long. I had to stop it because it was like I just couldn't get into it. I was trying so hard because I like the whole Borderlands universe and things like that. You hated League, but Arcane was good. Yeah, I tried watching Arcane, but I only made it to like the third episode. The only thing that drives me crazy about Arcane is like out of all of the League of Legends characters, they chose like Vi as a main character. And I don't know. I feel like there's so many other cool characters that I'd rather have an animation of before Vi, but even if it was the same bad actors, the characters were crazy miswritten. Yeah, it didn't feel like Borderlands. It felt like if they just had costumes of Borderlands and like the sets were Borderlands and then they were like doing some different. Like yeah, I don't know. It felt really weird. Even the old art director for Riot said they were taking a crazy chance with Arcane. Yeah, they had to have spent a lot of money on the animation. If rumors are true, then Nets League will feature better settings and characters. That'd be awesome. I hope they do something on like Yasuro and that whole like um group section. I forgot what it is in like the league lore, but like I think Aurelia is in it and just can't think of league characters right now, but that group, I think if they did it set in that environment, because there's like a war going on from what I've seen on that side too, so that'd be sick. You've got a good amount of games to play as a Monster Hunter enjoyer. Are you liking the new Monster Hunter and a mech enjoyer? Yeah, I wish like I know Gundam Breaker 3 came out, but um I didn't play much of it or I haven't even played it, but I was really hoping for like a cool Gundam game. Yeah, Wild is good. I'm I've never played a Monster Hunter game, but they do look pretty cool. Gundam Evo was so interesting after a few patches. I've never played that one either. I played maybe it was Gundam Breaker 3. I don't know what the new one is, but I played one of the Gundam Breakers that was on like the PlayStation. And then I just like ran out of things to do, and I couldn't buy the expansion at the time because you had to like get it um through like a Japanese website. It was like a kind of looked like a hassle to get it. And then they came out with like a bundle edition later. But yeah, that game was fun. Oh, okay. Is oh, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about. The Gundam shooter one that was like Overwatch. Yeah, that one looked really cool. Yeah, I saw they came out with like patches that fixed a lot of the problems and then they like shut down like almost instantly after. Oh yeah, that makes sense. What's the last game you played? Um, Probably like occasionally I'll like hop on Smash Bros. But last game like I actually played seriously was probably last Epoch, and then before that I was like playing PoE 2. And then yeah, that's basically it. Like in the in the last couple of years, it's kind of all I played. You didn't guess my Smash main? All right, go for it. It probably wouldn't be that hard to be honest. You a sword kind of player? I don't want to give any hints. I've explored a ton of styles and really like this kind of perspective based on cartoon slash realism. I hope I can get as good as this someday. Yeah, I think you definitely can, especially if it's something you're like really interested in and keep kind of coming back to it. DLC characters or no? I mean, I have the DLCs, yeah. Little Mac? No, man. Uh, it's kind of funny though. At one point, I actually was gonna like solo main Little Mac to kind of like because it's like considered one of the worst characters in the game, and I wanted to kind of like see if I could experiment and find anything that was good with him. But then I just hated his recovery so much I stopped. Costume, no. Those are like the two characters I probably like never touched. That's funny. The Kazuya main, that's a pretty good guess though. He's definitely an A character. Yeah, I think they're. You talking like the character I play is an A character, like on a tier list? Ganon and Ryu? No. uh, oh, Little Mac is a character in the game. Bro, this is impossible. Yeah, there's only like what 86 characters. No, but like my I guess my main in Smash Bros would probably be Sheik, but then I also play like a lot of Joker. It's like a secondary, so it, mostly Sheik though is the character that I play the most. Sheik, I should have known. Yeah, I mean all the samurai stuff that I draw and different things. You are the salt of recovered maps. Yeah, I just like that Sheik has like so many options for like combo routes and you can kind of do whatever you want. I think that's the cool part. But she does I like hate certain matchups with her, especially against online people. It's just like I don't know why, but whenever I play against a Lucas or oh wait, not Lucas. I'm trying to think who who's the other PK Fire person. Yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to learn Greninja. Yeah, yeah, Ness. Yeah. Yeah, if whenever I verse a Ness online as Sheik, that is like my least favorite experience. And also versing Ganon versus Sheik, like it's supposed to be pretty free for Sheik because she can just like combo Ganon and Ganon's recovery is not that great. But Ganon hits you 3 times and you're dead, and then you're down a stock, and she has to do combos to basically like come back. It's just a nightmare. Bro, a good Ness player makes me crash out. Yeah, I just think Ness is annoying. Look at all they have to do to equal Ganon's power. Yeah, I know. He hits you. He's like supposed to be the worst character in the game, but he hits you with like one attack and you're at like 40%. It's like what the heck, man? My friends don't play me off anymore. I've ran into too many Oh yeah, that character too. King K. Rules, I don't know. Like for Sheik, I think it's pretty good matchup. Not King K. Rule. Yeah, there's so many online, man. Like so many people play that character. I'm not sure why either. I think I don't know. K. Rule's the only counter for my friend. He runs Sephiroth and runs Leperachi. So yeah, Sephiroth is pretty annoying online too. I don't like versing any character that can like blow you up in a couple moves. Especially playing Cheek because she has to do so much work to um just rack up damage and then also kill you too. Kirby. Yeah, all the short I hate I would probably play like Smash Bros a lot more if there weren't so many short characters and if the short characters weren't like as good as they are. Like I don't think Ness is that short, but he's still like not like Marth height. And yeah, it's just so many short characters, and then you play someone like Sephiroth or Byleth or I don't know, any character that like throws out a lot of moves that go like are designed for taller characters. Man, it just sucks. Like Pikachu, like low profiles everything. And their neutrals have a high requirement. Yeah, I haven't really played Smash Bros in a while now because I just kind of got tired of the online people. Yeah, the last time I played though, I started playing a little bit of Greninja since He's kind of like Cheek. Their moves are like all the same. Likewise with a lot of FPS games right now. Yeah. What brush pen is this? It's like the Pentel Brush Pen, and it's medium for like the brush, and I think it's like the color brush is what it's called. Yeah, I agree. Too many options for me. I can barely keep shocks when I movements in my head. I cannot learn ninjutsu. Oh yeah, I there was like a period where I was like, oh, Shulk is a really good character. It's just people don't really use him that much. And I tried, and yeah, his swapping between the different arts is like a really a pain. Well, also trying to like kind of keep up of what's happening too is like pretty frustrating. It's super tough. Yeah, like even just kind of recovering or using like the shield art. I just got a full spread sketchbook like this. Yeah, it's pretty I haven't it's kind of all I've been using lately is the full spread. I like drawing across them. So hopefully I have to lay out before June. Yeah, I went on like a crazy sketchbook spree. I think I don't know how long it's been ago, but yeah, I'm like pretty sure I filled out like 3 sketchbooks in like 4 months, like in a very short time period. But that's kind of all I was doing was only a sketchbook. Now I'm like a lot slower with the sketchbook since I mostly do like this other paper. I'm trying to lose sheets of paper to kind of dissociate with trying to learn how hard to make pages super important. Oh yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I think like any little thing you can do like that to kind of make the drawing not seem like it's the end of the world if something happens on the page that you don't like. The blank page fear was killing me. Yeah, that's yeah, for a while I was just kind of like some of my previous videos like the starting of the drawing, I would just like splatter ink down on the page to kind of like just get something on the page to get past like that initial fear, or sometimes like procrastinating to go and draw. So I would just splatter some ink down and then kind of like it would at least get something started. And then I also wasn't like afraid to make mistakes because it's like I already have three huge splatters of ink on the page. Like I can't really get much worse than this. So then, but that kind of get was giving me like a lot of confidence. It's kind of fun too if I don't know what I want to draw, and then it'll at least get me something started. Maybe I'll put a building here. Hey, what's up? I need to buy some pens and ink. Yeah, my favorite thing and like I don't know, I like to kind of like use things that are as affordable as possible. Since I'm drawing all the time, I don't want to like burn through expensive supplies. But I think like the best thing that I like the most is just like some like a dip brush with like Sumi ink. It's like super cheap and I haven't even gone through the bottle or like even probably like half of it yet over like a year. So, but yeah, if you're doing more sketchbook stuff, then pens would probably be better, especially then you don't need a big setup. Dolly note. Yeah, I mean, you could even get like the dip pens too if you wanted something. It's like pretty sustainable. I mean, there's always so much room on the page. What point do you think you started improving the most? Um, I would say like for me personally, once I kind of decided to not draw directly from reference and just started like playing around with different things from imagination. For like me, I think playing around with things is like the probably the thing that helps me improve the most. Like by far out of anything I could possibly do, I think that's sort of like playing around with ideas and experimenting is definitely the thing that gets me the furthest. I think mostly because it like kind of like loosens loosens me up and I'm not thinking about like every line, but just kind of like more about drawing for fun and that kind of thing. So then I'm like more likely to try like bigger scenes, maybe like more complicated ideas because I'm not worried about like the outcome, but more of like kind of just having fun with the drawing. Wowza. Yeah, this one's getting pretty crazy now. Oh, I was gonna make this into an Oni coming out of the building, but I think I'll just make him into a zombie. Maybe a good banner. How do you just fill every space on the page? uh, I don't know. It's kind of just the thing I like doing is um fill in all of the white space. So I guess it's kind of just like a um thing that I like doing. My favorite part of the streams are the bunny noises in the back. Bun Bun. Yeah, you remembered his name? Yeah, that's pretty much my day to day is him making some sort of noises. These are bunnies. No, the I have a rabbit in my room. That's what all like the background scratching noises or any background noises you hear. It's my rabbit running around and doing things in the background. But yeah, there are little tiny bunnies on some of the backpacks here too. Yeah, dude has captured a rabbit. Yeah, it's more like a stuffed animal on the drawing here. How many subscribers do you need to stream? Um, I'm not sure. I think you can like, well, like the last time I checked, when I thought you need like 1,000 to for like YouTube to be able to have, I don't know, they call it like their full live stream experience. I don't know what they mean by that, but I was like able to stream a few times on YouTube before I had that amount, and I but then like they wouldn't save my full video, so I'm not sure like what the like what features are different in that thing, but I'm sure you could kind of just like uh Google and get a better answer. I forgot my rabbit has paper. I should probably take that away. Now you deny the paper its purpose. Yeah, he loves cardboard. And he likes playing with the like that brown like packaging paper. But it's super loud when he plays with that. Rabbit plays with paper ASMR. Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of hyped for the new season of Black Mirror that just came out. I saw the other day that Netflix came out with a new season. I watched like the first episode earlier today, and it was pretty good. I always love when a new season comes out of Black Mirror or like I don't know if you guys have seen like Love, Death and Robots. It's like a bunch of animated um things that are like kind of like Black Mirror, but it's animations. And that series is really good too. Yeah, there's a new season. I don't know when it came out, but I saw like it was coming out soon and then but yeah, yeah, I'm probably gonna binge that sometime. I love the Love, Death and Robots. Yeah, it's freaking sick. I think it's either season one or two has like a lot of good ones on Love, Death and Robots. I always liked one of the episodes is like Zima Blue for Love, Death and Robots. I don't know why. Like it's probably not the best one, but for episodes, but I really like the pacing and story of that one. That was pretty unique. I really like the Santa Claus one. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. I can't remember what artist worked on that one. But some artists I follow on Instagram, I guess worked on that one. I thought that was pretty cool. Some of the episodes are like look so realistic. Though like there's one about a character. He's like it's called I can't remember what it's called, but he has white hair and it's kind of like an action episode one. And that one like it's like 3D models and like CGI and stuff, but it looks so real. I just here to say that you're amazing. You're amazing. Good job, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. I'm not sure what this um zombie in this building is, but I'm kind of thinking he's like trapped inside this building. Is like some sort of cage. I used to not like buildings too much for drawing them, but then mostly because they're like always just stationary. But I realized if I kind of like warp the buildings, then they can kind of add like some sort of movement to the drawing. So that's kind of fun. So I've been like slowly kind of working them back into some of my drawings. Gotta go unfortunately, but have a good night. Chatting, Bryce. Yeah, see you, man. Thanks for hanging out. tree back here. I don't know if this is just a me thing, but I always have trouble with the arms or too close or too far apart, or if the shoulders are just too big. Let me see if I. One thing that kind of helped me for like the anatomy of like a upper torso is kind of like where the collarbone connects. You kind of have like this setup here before the arms that um, and kind of like everything connects almost here. There's like this big structure on the upper body, and this kind of helps me for positioning where to have the shoulders, which I think would probably help with the arms too. And then kind of like everything is almost built on like this cage of uh, kind of a derby looking character here, but everything kind of like sits on this upper cage, and then like even on when you like draw a chest, all of the muscle fibers go into this like pocket on the end here, and then the shoulder wraps around as well. So like I don't know. I think the this like upper kind of cage can might help. That's kind of what helped me the most for understanding like the upper half of the anatomy here. And it's kind of what I'm thinking of like different angles too. It's this like almost triangle setup. And then from the triangle, then you could go outward with the rest of the arms. More of like the back muscle, and then kind of bring the arms out from there. Um, yeah, it's kind of all if you're like struggling with kind of the position of the arms. I think this shape right there might help you. And then plus it also like sets up a bunch of like the head and a bunch of different things. So yeah. Sometimes I don't know if this would work for you, but like sometimes when I'm drawing a character, you guys might notice too, like sometimes I'll start my character with the hand as well. Oh, my camera hates me. Sometimes I'll start with like the hand in a position that I want, and then I like use that to figure out the rest of the arm, and then I would just continue the rest of the character from here. So I kind of like using the hand as like a comfy starting point for figuring out where I want the character to be, and then continuing the character from there. So I don't know. That kind of helps me with arms, especially when I want like a character holding a sword or a character's hand to be like kind of pushed forward and something like this where they're holding a sword. Then I'll usually start with the hands since it's a main thing and it's also like what would be in the closest to the foreground. So yeah, you can kind of like experiment and see like what kind of if you're starting a drawing, kind of like see what body part you might feel most comfortable starting off as like a base to do the rest off of. And lately I've been trying to almost start with like different parts that I wouldn't normally do. Like if you start like maybe you get really comfortable with doing the hands first and then or you're comfortable with the head first, then maybe you start with like a leg or something, just kind of like to be more have more variety and kind of like builds like a image and kind of know just the different parts of the character better. Yeah, so hope that kind of hope that kind of helps a little bit. Yeah, I remember I was always struggling with anatomy for the upper torso there, and then I kind of saw that everything was sitting on that, on like the collarbones and like your shoulder blades, chest, like everything kind of all connects into that area there. Now I can finally draw my friend's character. Yeah, I kind of like use little markers like that. And sometimes like a lot of anatomy markers, and a lot of times they'll be like different clothing and things like that. Like that I think I just talked about with the collarbone, like doing like a similar thing, but then making it into the clothing. So even if you can't see like the character's skin or different parts of their anatomy, you can kind of like clothing and armor and everything is kind of based around human anatomy. So there's still a lot of different features you can kind of use as markers too. Your art Spire, how long have you been drawing? Um, I've been like, I guess I like started drawing when I was like 3 or 2 years old, but then like all throughout school I didn't really draw at all. I was like more into video games. And then after high school I like studied like fundamentals for a year or two, and then kind of got bored of that kind of like way of learning, and it wasn't really working for me that well. So then because I mostly wanted to draw from imagination only, so then I kind of started to draw without direct reference, and I've been doing that for like 3 or 4 years now. So it's always like a long answer when someone asks how long I've been drawing, because if I say that I've been drawing since I was 3, it sounds like I've been like drawing every day since I was 3, but that's not true. Like I definitely don't think it would take someone that long to learn drawing. That's nice. I'm 27 and started out now. Yeah, I definitely think you could progress very quickly. I feel like at that point anyone can say they started drawing at 3 because all kids draw. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a long ride. Mm, yeah, I think drawing's a lot of fun. It's kind of the main thing I do every day now. Yeah, I think if you're just starting out, finding some kind of way to make it as enjoyable as possible, I think it's very fun. That's why I always get confused when people ask about motivation because don't they find drawing fun? Yeah, I think it's like easy to fall in I don't know. I think it's very easy to think that I don't know, it's not really I don't know how to explain it, but like I think a lot of people get very like focused on purely practice and kind of like just kind of like lose track of maybe why they started uh drawing in the first place. Fundamentals are anything but enjoyable. Yeah, I think fundamentals are fun, but um yeah, I like try to play around with them. It's kind of how I get enjoyment out of them. Like warping perspective and doing things that like aren't possible in like real life and I don't know, I like messing around with shadows and like just doing cast shadows and like leaving out some other shadows. So I think like once you can kind of like um play around and morph and break a lot of rules, I think the fundamentals become a lot more fun. They're fun but repetitive, and when I just practice only, it sucks the joy out. Yeah, that's why I decided that I just wanted to like draw only from imagination and use that to kind of study. But yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, whatever gets you drawing, I think is probably like most important thing because if something like you really don't like and it's stopping you from drawing, then I think it's really not worth it, even if it's like the optimal way of doing something. I think like the more time you spend drawing and the more fun you have will make you progress a lot quicker. Thinking of doing 50% serious, 50% fun drawing. Yeah, that's probably a smart idea. Yeah, I definitely think you don't have to learn fundamentals for too long. But yeah, if you're doing like a bunch of fun drawing like as well, I think you'll kind of like know when you won't have to like hardcore be like in a studying phase. I was kind of like going all in on fundamentals and then I realized that I wasn't like really drawing or doing anything other than like practicing. And it's kind of like almost a paradox of like practicing but not actually doing the thing that you're practicing for, which is kind of funny. Also, I was thinking of digital art at first, but I'm thinking of I'm already having a lot of fun, a lot of screen time, and pen paper seems much better right now. Yeah, I recently was just doing like a ton of photo editing in the last couple days, and my eyes got like so dry. So yeah, I definitely think um I'm like glad to be doing traditional art since my eyes might not burn out. And I really like the feeling of paper and like natural tools and that sort of thing. Have you always been somewhat good at drawing, or was it something you picked up completely? Um, I don't know. If you saw some of my first drawings, I don't think they were like that great. Like when I first started drawing from only imagination, my stuff was not good at all. So yeah, I definitely don't think I was always good. It's kind of a lot of time and that stuff looks awesome. Thank you, man. I was making lines and circles for 1 or 2 hours back in 2022 and then fell in the draw bots. Yeah, I definitely think having fun is a really key part. I definitely do better drawing by myself than with fundamentals. Yeah, I think it's way more intuitive, like the more natural way to kind of progress. Do you have your early imagination ones posted anywhere? I I have like the one of the drawing flip throughs that I did. Some of the early ones, most of the imagination were like I have showing the drawings from last 3 years or something is like the title, but some of the ones in the tub are like some of those drawings are close to what it looked like when I first started from imagination, but I should look and find a sketchbook that I have that has a lot of the first ones. How often do you finish a sketchbook? Your line work is incredible, by the way. Thank you. I haven't really done many sketchbooks lately. Like this one, I started maybe like I don't even know, like 15 days. No, not 15. Maybe like 20 days ago I started this one and a little ways in it. But for a while I was like super big into sketchbooks and I probably like finished like three like 80 page ones and it was like 4 months or something like but I was only drawing in sketchbooks and kind of drawing all day, but I don't think I could keep that up for very long. But yeah, that was the most that I did. That was the three sketchbooks that I have like different videos on my channel of. I really enjoyed your video where you go through your high school drawings. It's very inspiring. Yeah, that yeah, that was kind of fun because a lot of those drawings I haven't seen in forever. Yeah, all the high school ones, like that whole period was when I was using mostly just reference for things. Every once in a while, there's a little doodle from imagination. At that time, I was always really discouraged by the difference between like drawing from reference and then imagination. There was such a like gap between the two. Yeah, take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out on the stream. It'd be cool to see a video showing your progression over time through sketchbooks. Yeah, I have like all of my sketchbooks that I've done in the past. I'll post on my channel. I did those like last month, I think. They're all in a playlist titled like showing my sketchbooks or something. But yeah, that's pretty much like my entire progression up till now because it even has like drawings when I was like before like kindergarten and things. Basically everything I have in those. How do you prevent arm wrist pain when drawing? I tend to get sore around the 4 hour mark and it's really annoying. I don't really know how to prevent that other than like stretching every now and then. But yeah, I get like wrist pain and arm pain. I don't know, for me using a brush kind of helps. Like if I can't use a ballpoint pen since you have to kind of put a lot of pressure and that like really hurts my hand. So, I don't know. For me, using a brush I think helps and kind of I've been trying to hold it like a lot lighter to help with that too. Would you ever make a Discord server for pen paper artists to hang out? I've been thinking about doing that since people have kind of brought that up. That could be kind of cool to have like a for all like the community. It'd probably be a lot easier for me to um like answer any questions people have too. Maybe I just have horrible wrist genetics, so I see. Well, yeah, my wrists are definitely not that strong. Like, yeah. My wrists were hurting a lot yesterday from using like a mouse and keyboard because I'm like body's not used to it. So, over time, your wrist will probably get used to the movements more too. Like it might just be that as well. But even like my wrist is probably pretty used to drawing a lot, and but yeah, just doing like little stretches whenever you can remember will probably help a bit. Whenever I get to a point where most of the ground is taken up in space, it always gets a little bit difficult to think of some things that could be in this air area. I kind of liked on this last one I did earlier that I made like a giant Oni in the background, and then it kind of like I was able to like do a more detailed character, but also have them, whoops, somewhere in the background too. But yeah, for the wrist thing too, I noticed that if I like sit on a couch or in a chair and I'm holding my sketchbook and like drawing, I notice it hurts my wrist a lot more since I'm like have to like almost like scrunch up my arm to get lines on. So now I'll kind of just like sit at a table or something when I'm drawing since it's just a lot easier to move my wrist around without being in a uncomfortable position. But I mean, sometimes probably won't always have a table there. Really liked your drawing stream. It would be back tomorrow or on the next stream back in 10. Have a good day, Assassinate. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, have a have a good day or night as well. Thanks for hanging out. I'll probably try to stream again tomorrow if everything works out for it. Is this the VIP side of YouTube? What do you mean by that? How are there how are there so little people? I'm trying to think of some things I could add on this side. Maybe I'll actually finish the background over here. Maybe I'll add another giant zombie. Kind of like the proportions on the last big guy that I did over here. Get some cast shadow in there. Yes, it's YouTube VIP. When you start a drawing, do you think of the perspective before as you put more lines down? You see where it takes you? Because this drawing looks like the soldiers start going into the distance. Um, I don't really think of like much beforehand prior to the drawing, besides every once in a while I'll think of like a theme. And like when I started this one the other day, I just kind of wanted to do some sort of soldier since I was kind of like practicing like this kind of rifle that I learned about that day. And then so I knew I wanted some sort of soldier, but other than that, I didn't really know what else. Like I just kind of like started with this character here. And then the rest of the perspectives kind of just like whatever happens from there. But yeah, I'm like constantly kind of like trying to push the perspective as I'm drawing. So like I do this character, but then drew a character in front, and then just kind of got characters closer and closer, and then push characters further and further. So it's kind of like um it's like happening as the drawing's happening. Do, do, do. Maybe I'll add another building over here. Your stuff really reminds me of Kim Jong-un. It's crazy. Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite artists. Kind of shade this building. Go pushed back a little further. Your brain probably goes on autopilot when you answer that question at this point. Yeah, I get told like almost every day that um my stuff reminds me of Kim Jong-un. You also get the full Jung-ji experience of getting asked what materials you use every stream. Oh, yeah, that looks fire. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely don't mind questions though. What rifle is that? I don't know. I don't know the name of it, but I was watching like a bunch of videos the other day and it's I like the look of it. And then I just kind of like drew what I remembered of it, but I can't remember what it's called. I know it's like mm, I think it's one they used in World War One. Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I really liked it was like a part of it that was pretty cool. I don't even remember it fully, but just kind of like from what I remember, it had like a cool shape with yeah, I like the sort of thing that it had on the front there. Yeah, I don't know what it was called, what kind of it is, but drawing from your imagination can be hard sometimes. This is so impressive. Thank you. New sub. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, not really sure on the name of the rifle, but whenever I'm like learning new things that I want to add to my drawings, I kind of I'm like 100% looking at like visual details on it and kind of like more of the bigger shapes and then kind of like the function that it has kind of helps me remember. All right, I could probably add another tree back here. I'm always trying to think of new ways to like fill the page and make the scene as crazy as possible. Adding trees is a pretty cool way to get some black and dark areas, and then also usually pretty far in the background. And helps make the later areas pop out more. And trees are just pretty cool. Right, that right side is pretty packed for now. I seriously think the drawing style is impressive. Seeing the progress, and so far I'm eager to see what else you're adding for imagination. Well, that's one hell of imagination you got there. Thank you. The one guy looks like Andor from Star Wars. Mm, I never watched that series, but it did look kind of good. I'll draw some sort of Cupid angel kind of here. I don't know why, but drawing like a angel or Cupid next to a zombie or in a zombie scene always looks so cool. Like the like contrasting ideas. Amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just kind of messing around with the zombies and some soldiers. Might turn this into some kind of spaceship. I was gonna make it into some kind of mech, but with the sizing of him and this kind of railing that I added, kind of want to explore that idea. Jeez, my rabbit's going crazy. I'm thinking these are like some kind of futuristic civilization, and they're like coming to this planet or back in time with their futuristic technology, and then they're helping these soldiers like fend off the zombies. This is a good spot for a tree. pretty much ran out of room to keep trying. So I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I think this one turned out pretty cool. So yeah, see everyone later, and thank you everyone for watching. And yeah, see you guys next time.